The alarm stopped, but the room still felt tense. Every alien doctor stood far from the medical platform, watching the creature breathe in slow, painful pulls. Its chest rose and fell unevenly. Thick gray skin was torn in several places, and dark blood had dried along its side. The smell of medicine filled the air, but none of it helped. The creature was large, almost as tall as the ceiling. Its long jaws rested on the metal floor, open just enough to show sharp teeth. Its eyes were half closed, glowing faintly. Every time it moved, the restraints tightened and the lights on the wall flashed warnings. Dr. Velrix tapped the screen again even though he already knew the result. The scan showed the same red signs. Organs failing. Heart slowing. Neural stress too high. "It is over," Velrix said. His voice was flat. "The body is shutting down." Another doctor, thin and blue-skinned, stepped back in fear when the creature twitched. "We cannot treat this species. It reacts badly to all known sedatives. Any more attempts may cause a violent end." A third doctor folded her arms. "We should end the procedure. Keeping it alive like this is pointless." The words hung in the air. Around them, other species watched from behind thick glass walls. Some looked afraid. Some looked curious. Most looked relieved that they were not the ones in the room. In the back, near the supply racks, a human stood quietly. His name was Owen. He was not a doctor. He was a maintenance worker, assigned to clean tools and restock basic supplies. He had been called in earlier to fix a broken temperature unit. No one had noticed him after that. Owen watched the creature closely. He did not see a monster. He saw something else. He noticed the way its ears, small flat shapes near the sides of its head, twitched when voices rose. He noticed how its breathing became worse when the lights flashed bright. He noticed how its claws scratched the floor when someone stepped too close too fast. Fear. The doctor spoke again, louder now, arguing about reports and protocols. The creature let out a low sound. Not a roar. Not an attack sound. It was weak, broken, and full of strain. Owen felt his chest tighten. He had heard that sound before. Long ago back on Earth. Dr. Velrix raised a clawed hand. "Prepare the final report. Mark the case as untreatable." One of the younger doctors hesitated. "Should we at least try one more?" "No," Velrix said sharply. "We have done enough." The creature's eyes opened wider. Its body tensed. The restraints hummed louder. That was when Owen stepped forward. "Wait." The word was quiet, but it cut through the room. Every head turned. The alien doctor stared at him in surprise. A human was not supposed to speak here. Especially not now. Velrix frowned. "This is a restricted area. Who are you?" "I'm Owen," he said simply. His voice was calm, but his hands shook slightly. "I fix things. I clean. I just think you're missing something." The doctors exchanged confused looks. Velrix gestured toward the dying creature. "This is beyond your understanding. Please step back." Owen did not move. He took a slow breath. "You keep calling it a beast," he said. "But it's acting like it's scared. Not aggressive. Just scared." A few doctors clicked their tongues in irritation. "It is a predator species," one said. "Fear responses are irrelevant." Owen shook his head. "They're not." The creature made another low sound. Its eyes locked onto Owen. For a moment the room went still. Owen noticed the sound change. It softened just a little. He swallowed. "Back home," he said, "we had animals that looked dangerous too. Big teeth. Strong bodies. But when they were hurt, they acted just like this." Velrix scoffed. "This is not one of your Earth pets." Owen took another step closer, ignoring the warning lights. "I know," he said. "But pain feels the same everywhere." The restraint system beeped sharply. The creature's heart rate spiked. "Step away," a doctor shouted. Owen froze. He slowly lowered his hands, showing he meant no harm. "I'm not here to fight it," he said softly. "I just want to help." The creature's breathing slowed for one brief moment as if it was listening. The room was silent again. Machines hummed. Lights flickered. Velrix stared at the human, then at the creature, then back at the scans that still showed failure. "This case is hopeless," Velrix said again, but this time his voice lacked certainty. Owen looked up. "Maybe," he said. "But maybe not for the reason you think." The creature's glowing eyes did not leave the human. And for the first time since it arrived, it stopped trembling. The room stayed quiet longer than anyone expected. Machines continued their soft hum, but no one spoke. The creature lay still on the platform, its large body tense, eyes fixed on the human standing too close for comfort. Dr. Velrix broke the silence. You have said enough, he warned. Step back now. Owen did not argue. He slowly raised his empty hands again, palms open. He made sure every movement was slow and clear. I'm not here to touch it, he said. Not yet. I just want to talk. Several doctors reacted at once. Talk? One repeated. It does not understand your sounds. Owen nodded. Maybe not the words. But tone matters. The creature let out a low breath. It was rough but not angry. Its claws loosened slightly against the metal floor. Velrix watched the heart monitor. The numbers had stopped climbing. They were still bad but no longer rising fast. That is a coincidence, he said, though his voice sounded unsure. Owen took one careful step closer to the platform. The warning lights flashed once, then settled. The creature's ears twitched again. Its eyes followed him. Owen stopped and sat down on the floor several steps away. He made himself smaller, less threatening. I won't come closer, he said quietly. I promise. One doctor whispered, he is insane. Another whispered back, the creature is calmer. Velrix hesitated. He hated hesitation. 5 minutes, he said at last. If anything goes wrong, you leave. Owen nodded. Thank you. He sat there saying nothing at first. He simply breathed slowly, in and out, calm and steady. The creature's breathing slowly matched his. Owen began to speak again, softly, as if talking to himself. You're hurt. I know. It's scary. You don't know where you are. The creature blinked once. The medical scanners adjusted automatically. Stress readings dropped a little. A thin doctor stared at the screen. This makes no sense. Owen did not look away from the creature. It does to me. Minutes passed. No alarms. No sudden movements. Owen reached into his pocket slowly. Every alien doctor stiffened. He pulled out a small cloth. Plain and clean. He held it up so everyone could see. It smells like home, he said. Soap. Nothing sharp. Nothing strange. Velrix snapped, do not touch it. I won't, Owen replied. I'll place it here. He slid the cloth across the floor and stopped well short of the platform. The creature sniffed the air. Its nostrils flared. Its eyes softened just a little. Heart rate dropped again. The room filled with quiet shock. How? One doctor whispered. Owen kept his voice low. Fear makes pain worse. You treated the body. You forgot the mind. Velrix clenched his jaw. This is a medical bay, not a nursery. Owen smiled faintly. Sometimes they're the same thing. The creature shifted carefully this time. Its head lifted a few inches, then rested again. No struggle. No panic. The restraints loosened by a single level as the system adjusted. Automatic response, a doctor said quickly as if defending the machines. Owen slowly stood. I think it's not dying, he said. I think it's giving up. The words hit harder than any alarm. Velrix stared at the creature. He saw it now. The signs he had missed. Not rage. Not aggression. Exhaustion. We assumed pain resistance, Velrix said slowly. Predator species usually, Owen said gently, isn't always. Another doctor spoke, voice shaking. If we remove restraints, it could. I won't remove them, Owen said. Just lower the lights. Velrix hesitated again. Then nodded. The lights dimmed. The sharp white glare softened into a calm blue. The creature released a long breath. Its body relaxed further. Owen took one step closer. Then stopped. I'm right here, he said. I won't leave. The creature's eyes closed halfway. Velrix felt something uncomfortable twist inside him. Doubt. What do you suggest? He asked. Owen looked back at him. No more scans for now. No needles. Just let it rest. Let it know it's safe. The medical team exchanged looks. This went against everything they knew. But the monitors did not lie. Vitals were stable. Weak but stable. Velrix raised his hand. Suspend procedures, he ordered quietly. For now. The room reacted with stunned silence. Owen sat back down on the floor, close enough to be seen, far enough to be safe. He spoke one last time, barely above a whisper. Easy, buddy. You're not alone. The creature did not understand the words. But it understood the meaning. And for the first time since it was found, it slept. Machines still watched the creature, but no one rushed anymore. The sharp lights stayed low. The alarms were silent. The room felt slower, like it was holding its breath. The creature slept. Owen stayed on the floor near the platform. He did not lean against it. He did not touch it. He just stayed where the creature could see him when it woke. Hours passed. Alien doctors came and went, whispering to each other. They checked screens from a distance. Every scan showed the same strange result. The creature's body was still badly injured, yet its condition was no longer falling apart. Dr. Velrix stared at the data in disbelief. "This is impossible," he muttered. Another doctor replied, "We have changed nothing." Velrix looked toward the human. "That is not true." The creature stirred. One large eye opened, then the other. It saw Owen first. Its breathing sped up for a moment. Owen spoke softly. "It's okay. I'm still here." The creature relaxed again. Its head lowered. A deep sound came from its chest. Not a growl. Not pain. Comfort. Velrix felt a chill move through him. Over the next cycle, Owen returned again and again. He was not allowed to stay all the time, but every chance he had, he came back. He brought water. Soft cloths. Warmth pads meant for humans. He always moved slow. He always spoke in the same calm tone. The creature began to wait for him. When alien doctors approached too fast, its heart rate jumped. When Owen entered, it settled. "This is not medical treatment," one doctor argued. Velrix answered quietly, "Yet it is working." They tried a small test. A doctor stepped forward with a scanner. The creature tensed. Owen raised one hand. "Let me," he said. He walked first. Slow steps. Calm voice. The creature watched him closely. The scanner came after, kept low and quiet. The creature allowed it. Gasps filled the room. "You see," Owen said gently. "It trusts me. So it trusts what comes with me." They adjusted care plans. No heavy sedatives. No harsh lights. No sudden sounds. Simple things replaced advanced tools. Clean water given slowly. Heat to keep the body warm. Rest periods with no interruption. The creature began to eat. Only small amounts at first. Nutrient paste left nearby. It sniffed it. Looked at Owen. He nodded once. "It's safe." The creature ate. Its wounds still looked terrible, but healing signs appeared faster than expected. Tissue closed. Bleeding stopped. Pain response decreasing, a doctor reported, stunned. Velrix folded his arms. Fear response decreasing, he corrected. One cycle later, the creature shifted on its own. It rolled slightly onto its side, careful of its injuries. Owen smiled. "Good job," he said. The creature made a soft sound. Almost pleased. They removed one restraint. Then another. The creature did not attack. It simply slept again. The medical team gathered behind the glass wall, watching something they did not understand but could not deny. "What is this human doing?" one asked. Velrix answered slowly. "He is treating it like a living being. Not a problem." More data arrived from deep archives. Old records. Forgotten notes. The species was not a lone predator. It was a pack creature. Bond-based. Highly social. "How did we miss this?" a doctor whispered. Owen sat beside the platform, back against the wall. He looked tired but calm. "Back home," he said when asked, "we learned long ago. You don't heal fear with force." The creature woke again. This time it lifted its head fully. It looked around. Then it looked at Owen. Carefully, slowly it moved one massive paw. It did not strike. It rested the paw on the edge of the platform, closer to the human. The room froze. Owen did not move. He only spoke. "Easy. That's okay." The creature closed its eyes again. The monitors showed a steady line. Stronger than before. Velrix felt something shift deep inside him. Pride. Shame. Respect. "We nearly ended its life," he said quietly. Owen nodded. "Because it looked scary." The creature breathed out, slow and deep. Outside the glass, the watching crowd had grown. Word had spread across the station. A human sitting on the floor, saving a beast no one else dared to touch. No weapons. No advanced tech. Just patience. Just care. And for the first time, the galaxy saw something new. Not human strength. Human kindness. Weeks passed in the quiet of the medical bay. The creature had grown stronger. His breathing was steady. Its wounds healed. And yet, the alien doctors remained puzzled. None could explain why it responded so well to a human's simple care rather than advanced medicine. Owen continued his routine. He brought warm water, soft cloths, and spoke in the same calm tone. Every time the creature saw him, it relaxed. Every time the doctors approached without him, it stiffened. One afternoon, Velrix called Owen over. "I want you to see this," he said, voice low. He led Owen to an old database, deep in the station's archives. The walls were lined with dusty hollow records and faded data crystals. Most had been ignored for decades. "What is it?" Owen asked. Velrix tapped the first record. The screen lit up, showing a series of creatures much like the one in the bay. Massive, sharp teeth, glowing eyes and sleek bodies. But the images were different from what the doctors had seen. They showed creatures interacting with smaller beings, not fighting, not hunting, but guiding them, protecting them. These are the same species, Velrix said. But they were not predators in their natural state. Owen leaned forward. He recognized the behavior. Like dogs, he said softly. Or wolves. They have bonds. They protect those they trust. Velrix frowned. But every record we have after the war shows them attacking ships, destroying colonies. We assumed aggression. Owen shook his head. They weren't aggressive. They were scared. They were defending themselves after losing trust. The next record showed a battlefield long ago. Ships burned in space. Colonies abandoned. And among the chaos, creatures just like theirs moved through the ruins, not attacking humans but carrying injured or frightened beings to safety. They were guardians, Owen whispered. Not killers. Velrix rubbed his chin. Centuries of data, misinterpreted. All because the species was used as weapons in war. Owen nodded. Fear changes everything. They were trained to fight. They were forced into survival. That doesn't mean their nature is violent. The lead alien doctor, sitting quietly behind them, added, the patient responds to care because it remembers what it should be. It remembers trust. Owen smiled faintly. Exactly. And it knows when someone is honest. Come. Safe. Velrix looked toward the medical bay. The creature was awake now, sitting up slightly, watching the human from a distance. It tilted its head as if sensing their conversation. Owen approached slowly. The creature shifted, careful, but did not recoil. You see, Owen said to Velrix. It knows me. It trusts me. That's what matters more than any scan or injection. The monitors confirmed it. Heart rate steady. Neural activity calm. Stress levels dropped significantly whenever Owen was present. Another doctor asked, if this is true, why did we never see this before? Velrix sighed. We ignored the mind. We studied the body, the biology. We forgot that emotion, trust, and comfort affect survival. Owen knelt beside the platform. It's not complicated. You treat a creature like a person. Not just tissue and organs. You make it feel safe. The creature shifted closer, resting its massive head near Owen's feet. Its eyes followed every movement. Velrix glanced at the display. All our treatments, they could have made it worse. Yes, Owen said quietly. But now we know better. Velrix motioned to the other doctors. Record this. Update the protocols. Include human care principles. Emotional support is not optional. Owen nodded. Sometimes the simplest approach works best. Later, when the crowd of curious aliens returned to watch, they saw something remarkable. The creature followed Owen's movements with soft eyes. It allowed him to approach, speak, and even place a hand on its side without a single growl. Alien scientists whispered among themselves. It responds to care, one said. Not fear. Not force. Another added, perhaps humans understand empathy in ways our science cannot replicate. Owen looked at the creature, smiling faintly. You see? You've remembered who you are. Guardian. Protector. Not a weapon. Not a monster. The creature gave a soft rumble, almost like a purr. It stretched carefully, then rested its head back down, keeping one eye on Owen. Velrix turned to him. The truth is clear now. You saved it not with technology but with patience. With trust. Owen shook his head. We just needed to listen. The room went silent as everyone watched. For the first time the creature seemed at peace. Not just physically but emotionally. Owen leaned back against the wall, tired but calm. It's been waiting for someone to understand. That's all. Velrix glanced at the screens, then at the creature. Then we will learn from you. From this. Emotional care is part of medicine, whether human or alien. The creature lifted its head slightly, eyeing Owen, as if acknowledging that he had spoken the truth. And for the first time in the station's history, an entire medical team watched not a patient, but a being reclaiming its nature. A guardian, not a monster. Owen whispered softly, more to himself than anyone else. It's okay, buddy. You're home now. The creature blinked slowly, letting out a deep, calm breath. And with that, the truth was no longer hidden. Understanding and trust could heal what no machine could. The medical bay was quieter than usual. The creature now moved freely on the platform, no longer tense or restrained. His breathing was steady. Its eyes glowed softly, calm and alert. It followed Owen's movements with careful attention, as if it had learned that he was safe and he was patient. Alien doctors stood back, observing from a distance. They whispered among themselves, amazed at the change. Protocols had been rewritten. The creature was no longer considered a dangerous predator. It was no longer labeled hopeless. Owen knelt beside the platform, his hands resting gently on his knees. "See? You're okay now," he said softly. The creature tilted its head and let out a low, content sound. Dr. Velrix approached, his voice quiet. "I don't understand it," he admitted. "We treated dozens of species with advanced technology, but none responded like this." Owen shook his head. "It's not about technology. It's about trust, comfort, knowing you are safe." Another doctor added, "It is human care. Something simple, almost too basic to believe, and yet it works." Owen smiled faintly. "Sometimes the simplest things work best." The creature stretched, then rested its massive head on the platform's edge near Owen's hand. Its eyes watched him carefully, and Owen remained still, allowing it to choose what to do. Slowly, the creature nudged Owen's hand with its snout, a small gesture of trust. "This species, it's not naturally aggressive," Velrix said. "It was forced into fear by war, by loss. That is what caused the danger. Not its nature." Owen nodded. "Exactly. It only needed someone to show it that not all beings are a threat." Word spread quickly throughout the station. Aliens and humans alike came to witness the creature's recovery. Many were skeptical at first, expecting chaos or violence. Instead, they saw a calm, intelligent being interacting with a human, showing loyalty and understanding. A young alien nurse whispered to her colleague, "It trusts him. No one else has ever come close." Her colleague nodded. "Maybe we were wrong all along." Owen continued his simple care. He offered water. He adjusted warm pads beneath the creature. He spoke in soft tones. Each gesture reinforced the trust that had grown between them. When a small mechanical scanner approached, the creature barely moved. It stayed calm because Owen was near, guiding and comforting. The alien doctors recorded the behavior carefully. It was unprecedented. Velrix observed quietly. "This changes everything. Not just for this species but for our understanding of care and treatment across the galaxy." Owen looked down at the creature, a faint smile on his face. "You're more than a patient now. You're a friend. A guardian." The creature lifted its massive head, eyeing Owen with what could only be described as recognition. Its ears twitched, nostrils flaring gently, showing curiosity instead of fear. Across the station, other medical teams began to study Owen's methods. Emotional support, calm presence, and trust building became part of official protocols. Machines could help, but they could not replace understanding. Owen stayed with the creature as much as he could. He didn't need to speak often. The creature understood the tone, the gestures, and the patience. One day, Owen stood and extended a hand slowly. The creature nudged it gently with its snout, a sign of complete acceptance. Velrix watched quietly. "It's remarkable. You didn't use anything advanced. Just patience, care, and calm. That was enough." Owen shook his head. "We just listened. That's all." The creature settled back down, close to Owen's side. His breathing was steady. Its eyes half closed. It was resting, but fully aware of its surroundings and the human beside it. Outside the medical bay, whispers spread across the station. Other species, previously fearful of this type of creature, began to approach cautiously. They observed from a distance, then gradually closer. They saw what had been impossible to believe. A being once called hopeless, dangerous, or untouchable, now calm and responsive to human care. Owen knelt again, softly brushing a hand along the creature's shoulder. "You've done well," he said quietly. "We both have." Velrix approached, looking at Owen and the creature. "This will change everything. Not only our understanding of this species but our understanding of treatment and empathy. Humans, you have a gift." Owen smiled faintly. "It's not a gift. It's noticing what's already there. Every creature can respond if they feel safe." The creature gave a soft, rumbling sound. It shifted slightly closer to Owen, resting its head near his knee. A simple gesture, but full of meaning. "Trust, comfort, friendship." Velrix nodded. "A new standard will be written. Care with empathy. Respect before treatment. You have shown the way." Owen stood, patting the creature lightly. "I didn't do it alone. We did it together. You remembered who you are." The creature lifted its head, eyes bright and calm. For the first time in its life, it did not look like a patient or a predator. It looked like itself, a guardian, a friend, a being worthy of trust. The station no longer feared it. They respected it. Not because it was dangerous but because it was remarkable. And they respected the human who had shown that compassion could change even the most hopeless situation. Owen walked to the door looking back once. The creature followed, quietly, obediently. Side by side, human and guardian moved together, a new understanding forming across species and systems. For the first time in decades, everyone watching realized something simple but powerful. Strength alone does not command respect. Fear does not create loyalty. But patience, trust, and understanding, these could change the galaxy. And with that, a new era began. One where humans were not only engineers, workers, or soldiers, they were teachers of empathy. And a single human had reminded the galaxy that even the most hopeless creature could find hope in a gentle hand and a calm voice.